What you've seen here is my BMW. It's a R75-7. It's from 1977, and I have a bit of a problem. As you can see, it's blown the spark plug out of the head. Previously it has been repaired, so it's going to be a bit more of a job than just the general tapping it, putting an insert in it. So what my plan is to actually take the head off, set it up in the drill press. I could use the mill, but I think for this it'll be easier with the drill press. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bore the hole bigger, find a tap that will work with the valves and everything, make sure there's no interference, and then I'm going to machine up an insert that is going to basically do the same job as what you would buy, but because it's already had one of those, it's going to have to be bigger on the outside diameter, obviously. And then we are going to set it up in what I'm going to try make now, which is going to be an adjustable angle plate that I can hold it with. Basically my plan is just, I have some 10mm plate over there. I'm going to cut off a couple of pieces. One, I'm going to have it so it can be on an angle like this, and then I'm going to put a pivot here and here, and there's going to be another one along here. So this is going to be like this, and then I'm going to put an adjuster here down to here, and then I'm going to bolt the head on to here somewhere. This will let me adjust this angle here, which will then mean that when I bore the spark plug, the new spark plug hole, to drill and tap it, then it's going to come out hopefully square and true. I'm going to be able to adjust it, but first I'm going to have to figure out what is going to be the original angle so that I can try and replicate that. So here we have it. This is 20 by 25. This is 20 by 20. We have some thick wall tube here, a couple little brackets. So my plan is I'm going to run tap in the end of that, weld this onto here, weld these onto here, and then we'll grab some of these here and we'll use these as the angle adjustments on the outside. Alright. Alright, cool. So now that we've done that, it's always important when you're going to weld something to get rid of that mill scale. It's just horrible stuff. You can never weld through it. We're going to have a go and glue this onto here. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure if you can see those there, but not too bad. I always find welding this thick stuff easier than welding thin stuff anyway, so yeah, give that a go. So now my plan's just going to be to whip these off flush with the ends, throw some threads in there, and then I can put a bolt and bolt them onto the tabs. That'll give me a little bit of slop, and I'll be able to adjust it this way and that way, as well as obviously up and down. That's what we're going to shoot for, alright. Okay, so sort of lined it up, 25mm in from the end, 25mm in from that side. Like I said, there's enough slop in it that we'll just make it work if it's not quite right, you know. But I think we're going to be pretty good. I mean, I'm not too concerned about it, to be honest. Like those holes for spark plugs are never very accurate anyway, so as long as we can get it within a bull's roar, then we'll be good to go. Before I used 150 amps to weld that 10mm plate to that thick wall rod, so I don't know, because we've only got 3mm tabs there and we'll go into 10mm plate, I mean, I think I'm probably going to knock it down a little bit. But I do have a pedal, so I mean, all things, if anything goes a wire, then I can always just back off from the pedals, you know. It's not the end of the world. I use thinner filler rod as well, just make my life a little bit easier. That's a pro tip. Always make your life easier if you can. So when I weld this here, it's going to pull these tabs out a little bit, but I mean, because we've got these bolts, then we'll be fine. Just use those. I guess I'll consider it a little bit of spring tension. You know, you preload that, so when you do up the adjuster on the side, then it's going to just be a little bit easier, you know? There you go again, acceptable result. So I don't think we're going to break those off anytime soon. Now we'll get on to making the sliders, and then we can try and take the heads off of this bloody motorcycle and see if we can get it fixed. Okay, so I was thinking about what I was going to do with the sliding mechanism, and then I happened to look in my scrap bin and I found this nice piece of aluminium here. It's been angle grinded on one side, probably cut down from a thicker piece. But what I think I'll do is, seeing as I have the mill, is I will start here with the 10mm end mill and make a slot that way. I'll probably square it up and make it a bit nicer looking as well, just because, and then I will bore a 10mm hole, because those steel brackets that I've been welding onto the plate, they have a 10mm hole in them, so then that will eliminate the slop in the end, and yeah, that should get us well on our way to finishing the angle plate, and then we can pull the head off and fix it. This is the finished product here. Like, I mean, it's all pretty simple. Probably saw me weld those up, but I used the other camera, which is a bit shit, so it might not have come out, but we'll see. But basically, yeah, you just loosen it off and then bang, like that, and then you can just bolt your whatever you're working on, whether it be the head of your motorcycle or I don't know, anything that you want to drill a hole in. You just raise this up, use a digital angle gauge on here, and then with this bolted down onto the table in the middle or whatever, drill press, and then you just pull this up until you get the angle that you want. Lock it in, probably nip it up, hit it with a hammer, and then once that's all sorted, then you're ready to do your operation. So that's it. I'm not sure, I think maybe I'll break this up into 2 parts now. It's taken me a while longer than I thought it was going to. I mean, I think what are we? 2.5 hours in so far just on this. Haven't even got the heads off the motorcycle yet. So we'll get stuck into that, and then that might be the second part, is showing you how to use this. Alright guys, thanks.